sharpest edges I've ever seen.
What is up to my brothers and sisters in the knife community? Whether on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Vero, or X, this is Blade Love from the Sharpest Edge, and you are with me in the man cave. And today's video, I finally got finished up on the Swiss Tech knife my wife so wonderfully purchased as an early birthday gift for me. So before I get into those details, let's check out the video montage for some details, and I'll be right back to talk a little bit more about it with you. So in my prior video, I just did a short introducing that this video would come out with the Swiss Tech blade. You can purchase these at Walmart for roughly $39–40 bucks, and let's get to checking it out and see what we got. Now, first of all, seeing the packaging, it's very attractive, very well packaged, and it's held together here with really strong magnets, so you can open it up here, and right inside see a little bit of detail about the knife and the knife itself over here. Then of course you open this portion and it's still packed very nicely, so let me go take that out. And let's see here, plastic coating of course that protects the knife, and we grab the blade out. It's a really fine looking blade, green canvas micarta. The steel is AUS steel. It's not too bad on the thickness scale, and it's got an off-color reddish lanyard loop in the back. You can see it says Swiss Tech there, and of course AUS on the blade, if you can see it there. I like the look of it already. It's a very nice piece. I'll set that down for just 1 second. And it comes with fire starter rod. Very tiny little guy here with the green canvas micarta material. About that long compared to the knife. Not too bad. Put that down here and get the sheath out. The sheath I find to be very well made. It has a lot of mounting options, enough for lashing with either straps or 550 cord. Of course, a really nice sturdy belt clip in the back. It is multi-positional, which is nice. And what I find to be really nice is it's got this kangaroo side pouch that you can stick the ferro rod in and click. Clicks right in really nice and does not fall out, which is definitely a plus. Then of course, all mounts in one convenient unit. Very, very low profile. You can actually remove this particular clip if you care to. I think it is very good, so I wouldn't bother. But for those of you who like to remove it just to mount onto the backpacks or another utility bag, that's fine. Whatever you choose, it's your knife. You do you. That's what I always say. Always do you with your knife. And it even comes with a tiny little piece of cord, which is not 550, but it's don't even really understand why they included that. It's just a very tiny piece, but I usually put my own lanyards on anyway. But as for the feel of the blade, it withdraws very nicely. There's jimping right here to keep your thumb steady on the blade for forward thrust. Very nice feel in the hands. Very good length for my big hands for reverse grip. Very nice for foregrip. Sharpness. Feels very sharp. I really like this knife. It's just a simple bushcraft knife. And normally I'm not into bushcrafting knives. I just like military knives, but this really kind of crosses the gap between the two. I just found it to be very interesting. So, I'll be back in a few minutes with a couple final thoughts. You know, it's funny, in all my 50 plus years knife collecting and in the industry, I get a kick out of going onto the knife forums and seeing the experts talk about why you should have this knife over every other knife available, why you should have this steel over every other steel available, and so forth. I personally have been in the industry and in the community long enough to know what to look for when I really want a professional opinion. I will usually seek out that old guy in the corner at knife shows, you know, the one that has only one or two knives on his table, who sharpens his own knife, who's there basically to show the collection that he made over his lifetime, isn't selling any unless you offer him a decent price for it, and who will have more stories forgotten in his mind than we'll ever remember in our lifetime. So there's a good amount of true knowledge out there. Just be careful what you listen to when you're out there. Like I said, there's a lot of great knife makers, a lot of wisdom out there, and there's a lot of, how I like to say, all hat, no cattle folks out there. You know, they just like to blow up a good game, but then when it comes out to actually playing the game, they fall short like 80 yards. So, you know, I basically encourage people to really do research in the knife community. Find your passion, find your drive, find your preference. You know, whatever steel you choose is fine. If you like Magna Cut, hey, you like Magna Cut. If you like D2, you like D2. If you like the CPM 3V or whatever, it really doesn't matter. You know, it's just your choice. And be proud of your choice. Don't let anybody try to step on you and tell you why your choice is not the correct choice. Because it to me, a lot of these knife professionals out there are talking like you're a Navy SEAL and you're going to be going on super missions that require a knife to traverse salt water and combat zones. And trust me, my friends, I owned a business of 25 years supplying troops with those kinds of blades. And those blades are super expensive and they are super great. But really, in this day and age, unless you are a serious collector like me or someone who really appreciates military blades, a simple D2 knife with a good design or one that you found for yourself is just fine. You know, don't get caught in the trap where you feel guilted into buying a knife because everybody's buying that knife or steel. Always do you. Always do yourself. Whatever works for you, you are your own professional. Okay? Not saying you can't listen to people. Just make sure you're able to shovel out the shit from the shinola. All right? So, this has been Blade Love at the Sharpest Edge. Thank you for joining me in the man cave. And always remember, be good to yourself, but especially be good to one another out there. Peace for now. Take care.
You got the sharpest edges I've ever seen.